Bianca graduated with a degree in civil engineering from Syracuse University. She has worked at American Governor Company for close to 2 years now as a project manager and is certified associate project manager from the PMI Institute. Before American Governors, Bianca worked in the construction industry in Brooklyn, New York. Please join me in welcoming Bianca.
Alright, I think this works well. Can everyone hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Great, okay. So, hi, I'm Bianca, and today I'm just going to talk to you about Governor Fleet Management. So I kind of wanted to take a step back and really question this. So I started thinking about fleet management, and I asked myself, why? Why now? Why is it so important? And I found that from the aging hydropower plants, the fear of losing in-house experience, the growing equipment needs, and then the growing electricity consumption has really made having a fleet management plan more important than ever. So the first aspect of a good fleet management plan is maintenance and training. However, those happen to be the most varying aspect and usually depend upon many things, such as what type of governor you have, and also the set processes you have in your company really make that maintenance, it shapes the maintenance plan. But what I found from all of the utilities that I interviewed was that they were all performing preventative maintenance continuously. They performed weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly assessments. At American Governor, we actually have our own health assessment forms that are for the governor system and their ancillary equipment such as pumps and PMGs. In some cases, we've even created maintenance schedule plans for companies to let them know what you should be doing on a weekly basis at the 6-month mark, at 1 year, at 2 year, and then what you should be doing every 5 years. Training is also a very important aspect of this plan. A way to combat losing in-house experience is to train. Enabling your employees to become governor experts will create the option of having maintaining your governors still viable. Creating that lasting experience and knowledge set is really crucial. So it's also shown in this picture. So you'll see it was taken at our last governor school, and it was from a hands-on digital governor class. So training and support is still out there, and that's crucial when deciding upon to maintain your governors or to upgrade them in some form. So then I asked myself, why do we want a fleet management plan? Well, the benefits of a reliable, well-running governor and fleet are that you see increased generation, which as energy consumption grows will be more and more important to see that from our governors. And then less involvement from operations, having these set processes in place. You'll see less overall involvement from maintenance, which definitely helps with cost. And then your units can operate at peak efficiency. So for my presentation and my findings, I'm really only going to talk about maintaining versus digital conversions. But however, those aren't your two only options. You can choose between tuning, you have maintaining with small modifications, you can do low and then high pressure conversions, which would differentiate between keeping your hydraulic system and then only keeping your pilot valve, and then completely changing your hydraulic system and your servos. So I want to talk to you about the great reasons to maintain your governor. So some governors have parts that are more abundant than others, but legacy parts are still available. Another positive would be governor support. Some would even say that it's stronger now than ever. I mean, I know of several governor experts just in this room. Then another added bonus of maintaining your governor is that they can all meet NERC requirements, and that you also won't have the same cybersecurity issues that you would have with your digital units, which can get complicated depending upon your company. And then the next option I want to talk to you about is digital governor upgrades. And I should be careful with using the term upgrade. During my interviews, one utility specifically told me that they didn't think digital was an upgrade. And I thought that was very interesting because I primarily work on digital projects. But I think that that polar opinion is so important to show in a time where digital seems to be the trend, or it's definitely increasing. But it's good to know that there is still a strong maintained culture out there. But some reasons to digitally upgrade, to digitally convert that you won't get from maintaining your governor would be new functionality. And this is sometimes the most important for new functionality. You also get trending, you have extra troubleshooting tools, and then a significant decrease in mechanical maintenance, which is great with costs. I also have some older reasons to upgrade, but they generally aren't true anymore for woodwork governors. Those used to be fear of downtime and lost revenue, parts that were too expensive or the lead times were too long, and then losing in-house experience. But as we talked earlier, a way to combat that last one is through training and support. So I don't think that those reasons are as relevant as they are anymore. So when you start to decide between maintaining or converting your governor, you should ask yourself a couple questions. Is your governor reliable? Can you still find reasonably priced spare parts? Are there reasonable prices for technical support and field engineers? Are training classes still available for your governors? And then, can your governor provide you the control features you need now? If you've answered yes to all these questions, then I think you should lean towards maintaining your governor. However, if you've said yes to all of them except number 6, then the next couple slides are what I think is really going to interest you. So I wanted to share with you our governor decision matrix. It was created by American Governor, by our governor experts, and it's based on 6 Sigma concepts and methodologies. It lets you rank the decision factors that your plan finds most important, and then you can weigh them accordingly to what you need. So the first factor we chose was the frequency of failure. So over the last 5 years, you're going to count how many times that your governor has shut down or has had problems restarting. But you're not going to include scheduled outages or periodic maintenance. So if you've had less than 5 failures over the last 5 years, you're going to rank that as a number 1. If you've had over 12, you're going to rank that as the highest at number 9. We're going to keep those rankings the same throughout. And then our second factor was cost. So you're going to average all of your parts and service per unit. And if you had less than 5,000 per year, then you're going to score that the lowest at 1. If you've had more than 10,000 per year, then you're going to give that the highest score. Our third factor is support. So aftermarket support is available to varying degrees for legacy governors. So you identify your manufacturer and you rank accordingly. We talked before, woodwork has more support now for maintaining your governor, so you'd rank that as a number 1. However, most others, Pelton 3 and then to 9. And then our last factor is going to be new features. So this is not the complete list, I couldn't really fit it all, but you'd select the features that you really want or need in your new governor. So they could be automatic synchronizing, a SCADA interface, 3D cam control. The more factors you have, the higher your score will be. And then this is what it's going to look like. So the great thing about this matrix is that, so we have our frequency, our factors. For this example, so table 1 is just, plant Bianca. And I think frequency of outage is the most important thing. And new features is the last. I think they're cool, but I don't need them. And then I'm going to weigh them according to what I find the most important. So I think frequency is number 4. However, if you want to customize this for your own plan, you can do so by changing those weighting factors. You'll get your unit total score, multiplying your unit by the weighting factor, and then averaging will give you your plant score. So I've included some of the results, for individual units and then for overall plant. So, my unit scored, below 50, then it should be maintained. but from the past example, I had 47 was my average. So my plant should be maintained as what it's suggesting that I should do. I've included the unit scoring in the decisions, but units are seldomly individually upgraded, and I think it's great to see the overall decision for a plant to kind of help you guide. So just in conclusion, when deciding upon the future of your governor, you should keep several things in mind. So maintenance and training should be an integral part, regardless of what kind of governor you have, digital or mechanical. And then upgrading and its options, you don't just have two. And this was that quote that the one individual from the utility told me. It hasn't been proven to me that digital is really an upgrade. And it's so important to keep that in mind, that you have more than just the one or the two options. And then lastly, use the resources that are out there. My governor decision matrix shouldn't be your end-all be-all decision, but it's a great place to start, and will definitely put you on the right path. Thank you for your time. And if anyone would like some digital copies of the matrix in a non-example form, just let me know and come see me after.